The summer of 2021 has been a fascinating journey and milestone for us here at the Jaffrey Public Library, coming off the hecticness of 2020. One of the biggest and best changes that the summer has brought on is the reintroduction of our in-person summer learning programs.
As we began to recover from last year's events, we were able to safely start up in-person programs again, including Mad Scientists and the Artist Afternoons. Hi, I'm Anna, and I was a STEAM Learning Assistant at the Jaffrey Public Library for the summer of 2021.
I'm Joe, and I was a STEAM Learning Assistant for JPL during the summer of 2021.
My name is Jacob, and I am one of the STEAM assistants that has been helping with the Mad Scientist program, which tested the brain and encouraged problem solving, and both independent and cooperative learning strategies. We coded and drew paths for little robots called Ozobots, designed models to 3D print, looked at different things under a microscope, and messed around with different kinds of slime. I assisted with guiding, moderating, and designing for the Mad Scientist program. I was mostly responsible for helping with some of the more complicated computer and programming tasks, such as designing models in Tinkercad to print on the library's 3D printer located in the lab. I also assisted attendees of the program with Makey Makey, an invention kit designed to connect everyday objects to computers. I designed a few different directional handouts for said programs to help those who wanted to take a more independent approach and try to learn it on their own.
I was primarily involved in the Artist Afternoons. It focuses on teaching kids about using different art supplies and tools, exploring styles, and intertwining the history of famous artists. Printmaking and collaborative art. We did our animal portraits out of egg cartons, and we made paper birds with our handprints. It's been amazing to return to in-person programs. We've been able to set up the Artist Afternoons on the front lawn, making social distancing easier and mitigating the need for masks. That does come with the occasional need for a rain check, but we've made it work. The kids have only given positive reviews on both programs, and always express interest in whatever activities they participated in, oftentimes altering or completely changing the project with new ideas that none of us had thought of. It just goes to show you how creative and expressive kids can be when given the chance.
While I was on the front lines helping manage the many programs we had over the summer, I was just as busy at work behind the scenes. It was my job to design, edit, and post the many promotional materials needed to get the word out about each event, such as our Meet the Author with Matthew McElgott, 2 separate programs led by the Harris Center, as well as a number of larger promotional tasks, from designing the graphics for the new JPL book bike, to editing educational STEAM-related videos utilizing our new mobile lab for our YouTube channel, as well as the video you're watching right now. Along with these events, patrons have been able to utilize an impressive array of new tools and resources this summer, including brand new iPads containing a wide variety of Osmose learning games, self-directed stations utilizing our new microscopes and 3D pens, our hugely popular library of STEAM kits, our new collection of Wonderbooks, our Dial storyline, magnetic Picasso tiles, a brand new lab skeleton, and much more.
I've been working at the library for just under 2 years now, but this was a new opportunity for me, an amazing one at that. I learned how to better communicate with others, how to give direction and guidance when needed, and I learned a whole bunch of stuff about coding and robots and just other sciencey things. It was a load of fun, and I'm so happy I was able to take part in it.
Having never worked at the library before, I knew very little of what to expect. I knew I would be assisting in the kids' programs, but that was about it, and I had little I could prepare for. Luckily, I didn't need to. The first program went smoothly, and I was already excited for the next one, having seen how well it had gone. I'd say what I learned the most was independence. Since this was my first job, I was anxious going into it, not knowing exactly what I was doing at all times. I was able to get past that and became more confident acting on my own decisions. I'm excited to see how both programs will change going into next year. Though there's no doubt about it, everyone's been having about as much fun as the kids, and I'm sure it will continue this way.
I've worked at the library for nearly 4 years now, starting as a page and now acting as our marketing assistant, so I've had pretty extensive experience with the goings-on of the library. That being said, working additionally as a STEAM Learning Assistant has been a great experience, allowing me to utilize my expertise and widen the library's influence, both in person and online, and greatly increase the community's awareness of our programs. I'm excited to see this influence grow in tandem with local families' interest in STEAM subjects, thanks to these recurring events and resources afforded by Millipore's continued support. Thank you to Millipore Sigma for allowing me the opportunity to work as a STEAM assistant this summer.
Thank you to Millipore Sigma for supporting the library's STEAM learning programs.
Thank you to the library for giving me this opportunity, and a big thank you to Millipore Sigma for continuing to support the library's STEAM learning program this summer.